Hello, friend, and happy Friday. How's everyone doing this evening? Great to be here. Great to be back. I only gone 1 week, and I already forgot how to do this. But hey, it's fantastic. Let's see. Let me make bigger with the font here. I'll be able to say hello to you. Maybe. There we go. So I saw a lot of folks in. I was trying to figure out how the heck to turn that thing on. I'm not scrolling to it. Yeah, you know what? They changed the software on me again. Yeah. Anyway, good to see you guys. If I miss you because you came in early, I apologize. I did not scroll to the top of the chat. But back from the exile. Hello, Dave G. See you guys. Poem. Gary Edster has got vanilla custard and black coffee. And a Peterson house pipe. Vanilla custard. Bonaparte. Hello there. Happy Friday to you, my friend Gordy. Good to see you. Jeffrey Feinberg. Hello. Yornik. Gary Edminster. I think I called you already, Gary. Let's see. Oh, no, you're better have got a cold, Yornik. Sorry to hear that. Jimmy513. Hello, Jim. Good to see you. Good Friday so far. Rider, Ghost Rider. Crazy. Completely. JD Wolf. How you doing, JD? If you didn't see the before I made the transition to me being an idiot. Picture of JD at the bike show with me, and he will be next week on our first episode of. Hang on a second. On our first episode of the thing, to be in trouble here. Just give me 1 minute. What's wrong? Okay, I can't. Nothing I can do about that. Why? Okay, it would have been great if you didn't do that. I am sorry. People are complaining about the audio. My wife just came downstairs to tell me the audio bad. She's watching, so I have to watch myself. I don't know why it's choppy. I will see if I can figure something out. But she interrupted me in the middle of saying hello to everybody, and now I don't know who I said hello. But it doesn't matter because the audio is choppy. So does anybody not have choppy audio? Anybody not have choppy audio? And more importantly, was the music choppy? Microphone seems to be working fine. I've got audio monitors here. It's fine. I am looking. The music was good. Thank you, Pepe. Okay, does that make any difference at all? Does that help at all? Let me know if that's any better. I'm working on it, Piper, on the 45. I'm working on it. I know the sound's breaking up. We're working on it. Something broke here. Give me a minute. Does it sound any? Tell me how it sounds now. I gotta get some feedback. It's echoing. Okay. That's good. It's a clue. Okay, how about now? Any better now? Let me know what you think, if this has improved at all. This is about all I can do. I could do. Back to choppy. How about now? Oh, that fixed it. I'm guessing you're getting echoes now. I know it's fun, Pepe. I'm not enjoying it either. Okay, we're gonna see how this goes. I stop right now. Don't anybody type anything else. Let's give it a minute or two, and then you can let me know whether it's still echoing or not. Because I think I fixed the echo, and I think you're just because you're 30 seconds behind you. Believe it or not, that's how long the delay is. Okay. People are saying it's all right now. This is crazy. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna have to live with it as it is because there's nothing else I can do. I try every fix that I could possibly do. The monitor is looking fine, so I don't know what it is. Well, we will definitely have to try to get this fixed before next week's show because, as I was saying, your percentage of dance says you're in a case. As I was saying before, my wife came downstairs to yell at me. we're gonna have JD Wolf on next week. We're gonna do our first of the. I don't have any filters turned on right now. Well, I do, but they're the truth. They've been the same filters forever. It's not any. If I sign out and back in, I think I will have to end the feed. I don't think I can do that without ending the stream. Yeah, I know. We can spend the rest of the night talking about the. I'll try it, Terry. I'm going to unplug my phone and plug it back in. Cover your ears because it's probably going to hurt. Even do that. Okay. Did Gary fix it? It might be solar flares. Dad wants to mind the rest of the show. Tell him the microphone is in for years. It can't possibly be that. And I can't move closer to my mouth because it's attached to the camera. So you'd be looking in my mouth if I do that, which I don't think you want to do. When I get closer, it feels more intimate. Yes. That's what I was going for, Christian. That's neatly better. So choppy. Well, if it's untenable, I'm willing to keep playing with it. The problem is I don't know what's going on. So let's just try. Let's just try. Does that make any difference? Does that help at all? Because this, I might have just figured it out. And this is what the problem is. It was really stupid. Let me know if that has helped. I'm just going to keep talking, and you can tell me if that's made any difference at all. You'll see me laugh. I don't have a different mic. I don't. It's the same mic I've had for years. Maybe it's broken. That's a possibility, but it's not different. And according to the audio monitor, it's working just fine. So, I don't know. But at this point, if nobody tells me otherwise, it's breaking up. So I honestly do not know what the problem is. So I think we just have to. I don't think it's going to be a restart. I try to let me see if I can do this. Let me see if I can actually stop and restart this. You guys hang on. We'll see what happens. If I don't come back, have a great week. All right. So maybe find on video. I have no idea if it worked. It is fine. On or oh, it looks like I'm on. I might do this again. Hear me is the question. So that didn't help at all. Yeah, it's fully plugged in. I unplugged it away, plugged it back in again. Now you're saying no sound. Sure. Yeah. Oh, wait, maybe. Let me know how that works. That works. Okay. There is no live sea monkey auction tonight. Sorry. It's not that kind of mic. Well, I appreciate it, but it's not like that. Okay, let's try that now. It's a shotgun mic, and it's not anywhere near my mouth, so there's no spill on it, and it's a cover on it, so if there was, it was get absorbed by the foam cover. That's clear. That makes sense. But is clearer fixed or just? It's Friday the 13th. Yes, Mark. Yes. I was really looking forward to tonight. So I know you can't hear me very well, but I got spooky season Halloween out. I got my Frankenstein Tamper out. By the way, we got a haunted bookshop in the Matches Memorial. Better than before. Hit Mike with a hammer. Look, guys, I will. Unless you tell me this is impossible, I'm just going to soldier through. And then after we're done, I will take this thing apart and try to figure out what the problem is. It's a software problem because the software updated today, and I know there's some new switches that weren't there before. It's got nothing to do with the. I promise it's not the microphone. I've already unplugged and plugged it back in. It's not the microphone. It's something in the software. I guarantee it. Give me a minute. I will check. But I can't put a lighter and light this one up. I have no control over the audio sync. Wow, let me try one more thing. Let me see what the filter's doing. Let's see. And that's all it's supposed to be. Okay. All right, I've just for the heck of it turned off all the filters. It's going to be noisy, but the question is it choppy? So let me know if the choppiness is better. Gary, the audio sync is not on my end. Thanks, Jordan. Sorry this isn't as much fun as, well, I'm assuming it's normally fun. Hi, Patrick. Good to see you. We know that there's audio problems. Can you hear me? Is any... How's the audio now? Somebody please update me. I know it's going to be staticky. Okay, is it choppy is the question. And we might be able to deal with the static, but I need to know it's choppy before I try to fix it. I forgot to pour beer in a glass. I got so excited about it. Can somebody let me know if it's still choppy or not? That's never gonna fit. I can work with static, but I don't know what else to do about the chop. So if you let me know whether or not I'm still breaking up. Okay, I can just skip the back. That's a possibility. Still choppy. All right, thank you. Well, there's not a lot more that I can do. Okay, let's try this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the counting was better. What is the counting? So we got counting. Now we're going to try A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Let me know if counting or alphabet is better. Ghost Rider says neither is better. Patrick Brand says it's much better. All right. We're going to live with this. We're just going to live with this. Okay, so when I talk, okay, I'll try to slow down, Jimmy, and we'll try to slow down. You want to tell jokes, Doug? I got a joke about a penguin that's driving down the road in the heat of summer. You know that joke, don't you, Big? I'm not a slow speaker. I just tried to lick the wrong pipe. So this does actually I feel bad about it. I feel bad myself because I was looking forward to this, but for you guys, I wasn't here last week, and now you come back and you got to deal with this nonsense. That's not good. That's not good. You deserve better. And you know it's not my fault, and I know it's not my fault, but I feel bad about the situation. So I'm trying. I'm making a conscious effort to speak slowly. JD, we will have this fixed before next week. Yes, Dave, that's the joke. That's right, dry fly fisher. You ask me anything as long as the answer is yes or no. Or maybe it's the night where we do like an experimental art thing where I just stare forward and smoke a pipe for an hour and a half. So a couple things that I'm sure that a lot of people have left rather than come in with the mic in here. By the way, guys, if I was getting frustrated, I apologize. I didn't mean to be short with you guys when you were suggesting it was the microphone. It could have been, but you know the system pretty well, and I know there's no way the microphone was dirty or anything like that. So I was trying to. I was just I apologize if I flew off the handle a little bit. Um, anyway, what was I about to say? Yes. Uh, next week we're going to have the first. What I'm hoping is going to be a series. It's not the spider, Gary. It's not the spider. I'm hoping it's going to be a series of what I'm calling conversations type makers. So JD Wolf has agreed to be the first one, and I'm really excited about that. JD's a great guy, really interesting guy, and makes a really nice pipe. And I have one of his pipes that I bought at Columbus, and I'm hoping that I will actually have the first smoke of it while I chat with JD. So that should be fun. And Phil has already agreed to do one. I promised him we'd try to get him in while it's still pumpkin season because he's gonna drink a pumpkin ale. Is it an ale, Phil, or is it pumpkin IPA? I can't remember. So the other thing we're going to be doing, and this will, so we actually have, and you'll have to advise me on this. We have Friday, Halloween is on Friday. So we can have an actual Halloween live stream, which I would be happy to do. I know a lot of you guys might have other plans for Halloween. I'll probably still do the live stream. But I want to try to, we'll try to do something special for Halloween. And what I'm going to do this year is I'm going to make Big Dave very happy, and I'm going to try to watch a live watch party where we watch It's a Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. And we'll just pretend. I get it, Phil. I didn't pretend the other night. I'll tell that. So, hey, Steve. And by the way, to everybody that came in while I was blustering around trying to fix the audio, hello. So anyway, try to watch It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown. Now, I'm not sure exactly how this is going to go. I'm going to have to interrupt it a couple times because for it to have any chance of staying up, and we might even get shut down during the live stream. I don't know how YouTube handles these things, but if we have any chance of staying up, I'm going to have to interrupt a couple times. We're going to have to talk during it and, in this next scene, that kind of thing. So that's what we're going to do. And yes, you have to wear a costume on Halloween night. That's absolutely essential. I will be wearing it. So that's the plan. So next week will be JD. The week after, I don't know, we'll just have a regular show. And the following week is the week before Halloween. I think it's a Great Pumpkin that week. Breaking up is the key. Okay. I don't know exactly. Oh, breaking up for the copyright. Okay, so that's what we'll do then. It'll be fun. It's what, a 20-minute thing? So we'll watch 5-10 minutes of it, and then we'll stop it and make fun of it or talk about how wonderful it is and culturally important. And then we'll go back and watch the next 5 or 10 minutes. It will be a good time. Paragon, I do not have the mental capacity to sort out what it means right now. It yeah, I'm gonna stop thinking about that Paragon. It went from being silly to be really fast. But I don't know how it was intended. So anyway, that'll get us through the month of October, which is going to be a lot of fun. I love spooky season, which starts October 1st. I know you're out there, Mark. I saw you. So I wouldn't do that. So I'll tell my pumpkin spice story. So I hate pumpkin spice. I really do. And I'm not just saying that because it's trendy or I just really don't like. I don't like anything flavored for the most part, and by that I mean artificial flavors. So like flavored coffees all taste the same to me, just like aromatic tobacco tastes the same to me. I taste the chemicals, not the intent. I've got this weird tasting thing where I can taste the underlying the chemical structure that most of those flavors are based on is something that I'm just very sensitive to. I generally don't like when pumpkin spice season rolls around because everything tastes like crap. Um, but every year, my wife sees me do this every year. Every year, at some point in October, we'll be out to dinner, and I'll see a pumpkin spice beer or a pumpkin ale or something like that. And for some reason, just once a year, I do it, and I can't explain it. It's, and I told the waitress, this was Thursday night, I told the waitress, no, it was Tuesday night, I'm sorry. I said, I am going to regret this, but, and what did I order? It was some sort of like atomic pumpkin. It had a really like, oh, it was perpetual atomic pumpkin or something like that. And I thought, how did I get that? Oh, why was it bad? I mean, it was like it was like dipping your tongue in powdered cinnamon. That's how aggressively cinnamon this thing was. Um, yeah, it was tough. So, but I got it out of my system for you. All right, JD, get back to work. Thanks for checking in, buddy. We'll see you next week. Hey, John, good to see you. Don't worry about being late. We spent most of the night trying to fix the audio, which we apparently have not fixed. If anyone tunes in late and they hear me talking like this, they're gonna think I've had way more drink than I normally do. They tell me when I talk slowly, it doesn't break up as much, which is interesting. Still wondering if I might just be too hot on the. Okay, I pulled it all the way down now. So the audio level is only getting to about where I was when I was speaking slowly. So tell me if that's okay. And now I'll go back to speaking slow. So Phil, the moral of that story is that I took a pumpkin break. You don't have to do it. I do have a mic that uses battery paragon, yes, but there's got an indicator on it that tells me the batteries are fine. Good suggestion. All right, Bumble Smokes, we turn the game back up, and I will just talk like an old man. This is teaching me patience. The sonic repeater. David G. No, just no. Well, yeah, it wouldn't be surprised if there was some glow dark shrimp. I went out to dinner with a friend of mine twice the past couple of weeks, and both times there was shrimp on the menu. Gary, Gary, be nice. Hey, Couch, how you doing, buddy? We're having buddy problems, so I have to talk slow. What we're talking about? Oh yeah. So both times we went out to dinner, there was shrimp on the menu, and she asked me, "Do you think the shrimp are radioactive?" And I just left it off because I didn't want to hear story of radioactive. Apparently, there's a thing where the shrimp are radioactive now. I do this every week when my audio works, and you turn you drive. I'll just sit here and read. Ain't that the truth, John? Ain't that the truth? Can't hear Gary. Well, since this didn't fix anything, I'm gonna. I think that's adding a problem. I'm out of haunted bookshop. I mean, my pipe is out of haunted. Oh, wait, there might be a little bit more. I'll make it more. I'm sorry. We might get a few more puffs out of it. I could get used to this. I'm am I close to you, Peter? Are you still beating me by an hour? Well, Phil, that must have been kind of terrifying. Still at it, Peter? I'm not going to be at it for much longer. Pretty much done. Yeah, I'm waiting for the tobacco of the month because this is the first Friday. hopefully you heard last week, or not last week, before, that we're not going to do tobacco of the month for the rest of the year because they're all smoking salty dog in a Dr. Plum flat grip pot, said Ron Crackers. And a can of cheapskate priced Brewmaster's Golden Walmart beer. There you go. 9.80 for 12 pack. That ain't bad. Bad at all. And you know, you get to a certain. I mean, there's beer, and there's not beer, and there's overpriced beer. As long as you're in the middle, I think it's fine. Two things down the hole, you win, Peter. You win. Lost. This talking slow makes it hard for me to keep the thoughts in. Came in with fascinating. I'm sorry. Oh, tobacco of the month. So yeah, it's predetermined for October, November, December, because how could it not be Haunted Bookshop for the and November is Thanksgiving Day. Brady's Thanksgiving Day, and then Christmas. I've got a couple different Christmas. I've been smoking them for years, off and on, so we'll see what up in next this year. But yeah, they're all predetermined, so we won't do another tobacco of the month. I don't think the Walmarts here sell beer. Which is interesting because of grocery stores. For a long time, Pennsylvania or it's that sell cigarettes. Maybe New Jersey was. Am I gonna sleep on the Christmas tree? I don't think so, Phil. Not comfortable. Bad Dad is asking if Sleepy Hollow pipe tobacco is worth trying. I had Sleepy Hollow once a long time ago. It was the same aromatic problem I was talking about earlier, so I'm done with the Haunted Bookshop. What is this? 1-2, I think. 22 case. Custom stem. This is. I love this stem. This stem makes me. For a long time, it was the only stem I had that I. Now that I've made figures, it's my own stem. But this for a long time was the. The memories, okay. I never slept under the tree though. I was the kid that went at like 9 o'clock. You'd want Santa to find him awake. And honestly, it was probably still go to bed at 9 o'clock. But pumpkin spice is what haunts the haunted, Phil. When a ghost goes to bed at night, when a monster goes to bed at night, it worries that pumpkin spice might be under its bed. and black, great pumpkin spice. There you go, Gary. Uh, can't be worse than any other pumpkin spice, really. I used to shave the salty dog plug with a razor blade. Just take thin cuts through it. That seemed to work pretty good. I don't know if you have a really sharp plug back, that would work. I just used it. Oh, Phil, I love venison. My great grandmother, my grandmother made grandmother. They were so good. Um, yeah, a lot of those traditions I miss. My grandmother used to make mincemeat pies. She made incredible mincemeat that were soft, and I have no idea how she did this because they were like soft. Um, it was like biting into like a piece of white. And it never got hard, so I don't know how I managed it. But inside of them would be like this spoonful of, and I will buy some pfeffernuss. I will do that. You channeling your inner matches there, Peter. Good for you. Pfeffernuss are these little uh, brown cookies that are completely covered in powdered sugar, and the taste of them. So pfeffernuss is German for rabbit, if I'm remembering correctly. And I think they're called that just because they look like little rabbits. The the cookie itself is it's a soft, spicy, not hot spicy, but it's got a lot of flavor to it, and that layer of powdered sugar just cuts through the spice. They're just wonderful. And I'm not a sweet guy. I really do a lot of sweets, but I could easily go through a box of those. I agree with you, Perry. And I love fruit. Uh, yeah, pumpkin spice doesn't do anything. Oh, did I talk too fast, Doug? I'm sorry. I was saying that the Bill pretty much nailed it. He described it as a spicy cookie, rock hard, that has to be aged a week or so to soften, and they're completely covered in powdered sugar and delicious. They're named Pfeffernussen because that is the German word for rabbit. I really don't know. If I want to say allspice, Phil, but I don't know. I think it was allspice. I don't think it was nutmeg. There was nutmeg in it, but not the primary spice. I think it was allspice. Ron, I've had experiences like that with plugs that get dry and I rehumidify them, and it's really funny. They just kind of fall apart. Them. I don't know if it'll happen to you, but it's happened to me. It makes this wonderful, like, pre-rubbed out experience. It's so much easier. It almost makes me think that that would be the preferred way to deal with plugs. Yeah, it was definitely ginger fill. I agree. Hello, sailor. Cigar and a couple of martinis. Sounds wonderful. I'm going to try one more thing to see if I can fix this. We're going to temporarily go to the intro song thing, and I'm going to try something, and then I'll come back, okay? So, back in a moment.
CaneRod, that's for two. Full pipe love is the place for you if you like pipes and chatting, and especially if you being merry and is hotter than ginger. CaneRod, that's for two. Full pipe love is the place for you if you like pipes and chatting, and especially if you being merry and is hotter than ginger.
Okay, let's see if that did anything. Even. Sorry. Okay. Oh, the audio mixer. It's crazy, all kinds of stuff. Okay, at least I can see that I got audio again. Whether or not it's good audio is a question. Can you see me? Cannot. Um, am I back? Can you hear me? Is the audio any better? Huh. A tad better. I'm sorry, this is turning into IT night here, but I'm going to do one more thing, which will not cause a problem. Okay, now we got all the normal filters on, and yeah, I think it might be my candling. Pretty crackling sound. Well, yeah, okay, well. Mario's brother jingle is back. I've done everything to try to get rid of that. I don't know why I had it. I put it in there once. We had a game show that I was doing, not a game show, like a quiz show, and I used it for that. And I have it just keeps popping up at random. Okay, I'm glad it sounds better. I will do a deep dive into this, and hopefully by next week, sorted. My apologies again for tonight. Hey, we're still having fun, aren't we? I'm still having fun. And look at that, we still have 30 minutes of this to go. Yeah, it's definitely got something to do with the audio input, and that's why things like the theme music at the beginning and the theme song there with the hotter than ginger and all that, that'll work. But hey, Sailor, I'll take it. You know, if you want to go have another martini, it might sound perfect. I got a lot of beer to drink in half an hour. So. So one of the things I'm hoping to do between now and next Sunday, Friday, is well, I actually want to play with the audio quite a bit because I'm going to try to get JD's call to come directly in through something like Google Meet. And I haven't talked to JD about this yet, but we could even theoretically be up for it. We'll see how it goes. But in the process of doing that, I'll just tear apart the video, the audio, and see what's going on, see if we can troubleshoot. It's Yingling by Turk. I need a strong drink, David. I do. Oh, that's really kind of you. I'm having a great time. But you guys. Yeah, I don't want to make JD a guinea pig, Bill. Vernon sounds better. Thank you for persistence. I greatly appreciate that. What am I using? Jim Martini. Patrick, is there any other kind of martini? I'll see if he wants to do a pre-show run through. So we could try it if he's free. Just do like a 15-minute chat and see how it goes. I can put it up as a private stream. But I got to get it sorted first, which I was going to work on this weekend, but now I got to figure out the audio. We might be back to me playing him through my cell phone on speaker mode and point at the microphone, which has actually worked pretty well in the past. Let's see what happens. I know there are vodka martinis, Gary. I was being sarcastic. I don't like vodka. I don't like vodka. Yeah, Patrick and I are on the same page with that. He has to have juice. But yeah, John, why are you getting up at 4 a.m.? Deep sea fishing would be a good reason. I guess having to work at that time would be a reason. I get up at 6 every morning. I don't have to, but I just like it when it's the morning and quiet. My favorite time of day. Oh, that can't have been a good thing, Phil. You prefer? I don't know, John. I mean, vodka just doesn't have any flavor to me. I've never been a vodka guy. The tobacco of the month is Haunted Bookshop. I mean, if you guys want to vote, we can vote. You know, if you number one will be Haunted Bookshop, number two would be Haunted Bookshop, and number three, okay, we'll mix it up a little bit. For number three, I'll actually open a new bag of one. I'm getting close to needing to do that. Dad, that's pretty much my recipe. And no vermouth. Doug, you know what my prediction is going to be for Phil. Okay, John. But you like it another time. I'm with you. The third one was Haunted Bookshop, but I opened up a fresh bag. That's all. Phil, you're right about the prediction. Yes. Sailor, good seeing you. Have a great weekend. Number three was not Old Joe Krantz. John is lying. It was a fresh bag of Haunted Bookshop. I've had a couple flavored vodkas, David, but I don't know. That's an odd habit you have there, Phil. I've for years had a bottle of vermouth, Patrick, that I would just flick the glass and say that I had a martini. Um, my wife had this rice pilaf recipe that used vermouth, which was quite good. And we ran out and never bought it. But I never put it in. I told the story about how I got turned off the vodka. Right? I told you about the Barnegat Lighthouse and giant dragonflies. I know, Doug, it's going to be tough, but I got faith. The AI thing is really crazy. I was watching a video, oh, might have been last weekend, and it was if Big Dave's still out there, he's going to get excited. It was 20 things you didn't know about Gilligan's Island. Something like maybe it was 15. I don't know. And it turned out there weren't any. I knew all of those things about Gilligan's Island, so it wasn't that informative. But it was. I was halfway through it, and I realized this thing was entirely AI generated. Now there were real clips and pictures and things like that, so it wasn't like it had generated the visual content, but the voiceover was AI generated, and the order in which the pictures were being shown and the choice of pictures and the choice of video clips did not appear to have any human supervision, which really kind of surprised me. And what made me realize this was they were talking about Denver was not the first choice for Gilligan. They actually wanted Jerry Van Dyke, and Jerry Van Dyke was working on something else and he couldn't do it. So every time they mentioned Jerry Van Dyke, they'd put up a picture, but it was a picture of Dick Van Dyke. They did not have a single picture of Jerry Van Dyke in the whole thing. So, well, that's odd. And then they're talking about, I don't even know if this part's true because I hadn't heard this. They're talking about Carol O'Connor auditioned for the role of Skipper. That would have been a. So, yeah, I can see it though. I can actually see Carol O'Connor as this. When they talk, every time they mention Carol O'Connor, guess what they put up? A picture of Dick Van Dyke. So apparently, Dick Van Dyke became the default. I can't find a picture of that celebrity. Glass of brandy sounds good, Gary. Yeah, the bullpen is really important, Doug. And unfortunately, the Phillies traditionally have had a hot and cold bullpen. I've seen it happen this year too. They can come out and completely shut you down, and then they can just completely, you know. Yeah, but there was a game early this year, early this season, where I think they had like a 10-1 lead, and they almost blew it in the night. Bill, that is an interesting question. Why do they call redheads ginger when ginger isn't red? I think it's because most redheads, my personal experience, do not have red hair. Some of them do, but most of them have hair that is more orangey yellow, which is more the color of ginger. But I don't know. It's an interesting question. Gary Van Dyke was funny. I used to love watching him show up on like the Tonight Show and drunk. Sally was drunk, and but he was a funny guy. Yeah, O'Connor definitely got stereotyped. Yeah. Be a spicy thing. I love it, David G. Keith Stapleton as Mrs. Howell. My mother the car was one of the oddest ideas. I would love to have been there when they pitched that idea. It was a great show. It was funny, but boy, what an odd idea. Mr. Jefferson as the professor, Sherman Hemsley as the professor. If we're talking about dream cast for Gilligan's Island, all my fellow Marianne fans are going to get mad at me for this, but I would love to see Audrey Hepburn as Marianne. Yes, Michael, it's been doing that all night. I apologize. I do some troubleshooting during the stream. I will try to fix it before next week. I do not know what the problem is. I'm trying to think of a good ginger. Sophia Loren immediately comes to mind. Michael, I have tried everything. I've tried turning it up, turning it down, turning the filters off, turning the filters back on. I've tried everything. I do not know what it is. It's okay, Doug. I appreciate you guys putting this stuff out to me, and I know Michael's only trying to help, but we went through it with it, Michael. No, 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 we're not going to put Esther in as Marianne, bad dad. No, Anna Rigg. Yes, we can get her in there. Absolutely. I don't know which role I want her to play though. I don't think Diana Rigg would be a better Marianne than Ginger. Granny and Miss Hathaway working there, Phil? We did not play the Monster Mash Fresh. Okay, Christian. Piper, you have a great weekend, buddy. Give my best to Marie. I agree, Paragon. You know, as much as I like Diane Rigg, and I think Audrey Hepburn would be interesting. I think we keep Dawn Wells. She's the cast member. Dolly Parton. The good news is you only have to live through 14 minutes of bad audio. Phil wants to replace the Three's Company actresses. Very interesting. Who was the dippy blonde comedian that was on Saturday Night Live in the early 90s? Mike, we tried everything. Carolina Kirk, thank you. Yes, Victoria Jackson is what I was thinking of. I put her in the Suzanne Summers room. Is that what you're doing, or did you just want to know the name of the actors? Oh, Farrah Fawcett. That's a good one. Charlie Harper, maybe. Dad, that must have been nice. That is funny, John, but it's actually not true. Floyd, there's an episode where Floyd has his wife and children. Put Angelina Jolie in the Janet role. Angelina Jolie and Farrah Fawcett. And we're very happy John read Well, that would have been convenient, Phil. Michael, I'm smoking haunted bookshop tonight. I like that Paragon. Rowan Atkinson as Mr. Roper. That would be good. Mr. Miyagi, really, Phil? That's the same guy that was Arnold from Happy Days? Pat Morita, yes. Patrick's having a haunted bookshop his Friday 7 hours. Oh my goodness, Patricia Rutledge. Oh, that's sad, Peter. Thanks for letting us know. 96 years old. My goodness. Keeping up appearances. She was wonderful. Really funny show. Ah, the fun girls from Mayberry. There you go. I finished my second bookshelf. Hyacinth bucket. She preferred bouquet. That was a great show. Haskell, Phil? Wow. I'd I'd probably try to work that to my advantage. Are you being served with another good one? I don't know One Foot in the Grave, Michael. I don't know that one. Gary stole Patrick's line. That's funny. Where did the time go? Mostly me trying to track the audio. As we wind down, we still have 5 minutes, but I have to speak slowly. As we wind down, I want to remind you that next week we have a guest. We have to get the audio working. We're going to have our first conversation with pipe makers with JD Wolf. We're chatting with JD and learning more about him. And yeah, if you guys don't remember, we used to do these conversation videos quite a bit, and it's not an interview. It's just a conversation. We get to know the person. Uh, I'll chat with him for about a half an hour, and then we'll switch over and do questions from the chat. So looking forward to that. It'll be fun. And I talked to JD last weekend for a little bit, and I met him at the Columbus Pipe Show, and he's a really interesting guy and just good man, good to talk to, and I think you're going to really enjoy hearing about his journey into pipe making. Absolutely, Phil. Absolutely. I don't want to steal too much from him next week, but he's very interested in making pipes that people enjoy, not not charging an exorbitant cost for them. I'm not trying to say making pipes cheap, but he's very conscious of how you can quickly go. Good guy. Inspector Morse is one of my all-time favorite series, and I also really like Endeavor, which was the prequel to that. Lewis came after Morse. I didn't enjoy as much. It was okay. I didn't think the cast was. Thank you, Patrick. Highlight them Friday night too. Hopefully next Friday will be much less bumpy. So I have this real bad habit of not paying attention to the titles of episodes, so I don't remember which episode that was. The thing I didn't like about Morse, and I've talked about this before, I like my summer. You mean Midsummer Mysteries? Midsummer Murders? I don't know Somerset Mysteries, but Midsummer Murders is another one. But Morse, I don't like my murder mysteries to have multiple murders. And my goodness, I mean, I'm surprised there's anybody lived in Oxford. It was never just one person that died on Morse. It was always multiple. Midsummer, yeah. You know, somebody actually did a calculation to see if more people per capita got murdered in Midsummer than in Cabot Cove. And somehow or the other, turns out that Cabot Cove has more murders per capita than Midsummer. Ah, yes, John Faw's in Sign of the Four Granada series. I do recall that, Doug. Yeah, a wonderful actor. His daughter is well, she was in Endeavor. She played the newswoman in Endeavor, and actually shows up in quite a few things. She's been in several episodes of Midsummer. The Piping Pastor, Pie in the Sky is a great BBC mystery show. based on a detective who owns a pie shop. I'll have to look for that. That sounds like one my wife would like. I'm always watching these Hallmark mysteries where people are bakers. It's a thing, apparently. Anyway, folks, I think we've come to the end. So I want to thank you in particular for persevering. So the audio has been a problem. And with normalizing, well, that's terrible because then it'll be hard to troubleshoot. I will do my best to get this fixed before next week. I'll have to try to fix it before Sunday because it's probably going to affect my recording of Sunday. But anyway, I will be back on Sunday with something, hopefully something better. And we'll be back next Friday with JD Wolf. So I hope you'll join us then. Thank you again for putting up with all the nonsense tonight and for making my Friday special. So that, my friends, take care. I'm close.